This is Tina with Tia's Treasures, and tonight I have a quick unboxing for you of the Spellbinders Club Kit, and I should have some cards after the unboxing. Now, if you look at my kit, it came in with this big hole right here. I have not opened it yet, so I didn't even get the tape off all of it. I got it off the back. See, proof I did not open it yet. So we will see if my kit is still in good condition or not. I think it is, because yeah, that I could tell that was still shut. It just went through something funny here. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. Is this nice? Still nice and taped. And let's go ahead and just get that all out of the box. So as usual, we get our 10 card bases and 10 envelopes. We get some really cool die cuts. A lot of Australian themed flowers and things in here. I'm not going to open this up. I just want to go through this real quick in case you forgot what was in the kit. And it's called Koala Smiles. It's the, I'm dropping stuff, Koala Smiles. It's the May 2022 kit. So we have some chipboard stickers, which are really nice. We have this really pretty stamp set with this floral and some really nice sentiments. We have some gold puffy, hard kind of puffy stickers. Just one side. Hello. Hey, love you, thanks, smile, hi, happy, hi, hello, and thanks again. I don't know why I read those all off when I didn't read this. We also have some chipboard stickers that go both this way, like love you, and then some of them like happy day that go down, or birthday. So there's that, darling, thanks. I like that, pretty cool. Imagine you have to use some sort of T square ruler to get these straight, or at least I would. You might be able to get them straight. We have our adhesive tapes, you know, our puffy tape. Why is my mind going puffy tape? It's not puffy tape, but it's foam tape. Thank you. Foam tape and double-sided tape. And we have some really pretty bright pink with a little bit of iridescent sequins. I don't know if that's going to go with a lot of my cards. We'll find out. We have our dies, which make this really pretty koala and the tree branch, I think. And it also comes with a few word sentiments. Let's hang soon, or I could take it out and find out. I think there are a few more words than let's hang soon, but I don't recall what they are at the top of my head. Before we get to the pattern paper, let's see what we got here. We've got a blue, green, well, gold too. We always get the gold. Blue, green, gold, and pink. A nice little lavender purple. Brown, black, brown, black, I bet gray, brown, black, gray, and a white for our 9 pieces. Yep, that's that. And let's take a quick look at our paper pad. See what we got. No, I won't go through the die cuts, but I'll go through the paper pad. Yes, I will, because I need to see this. Ooh, purple with some, like, lettering that you can't read. Koalas. Little dots. Kind of an ombre effect. Plaid. Pretty floral with some dots in the background. Notebook paper. Eucalyptus. A map. Little dots, stripes with some gold foiling. Ooh, like a pretty watercolor wash of greens and some pastels. Pretty floral on a grid. It's kind of pencil, almost looks like pencil lined, diagonal lines. That's kind of like animal print almost. More florals, real pretty florals. That's got gold in it. I don't know if you can see. That's pretty leaf background. That almost looks like pressure grids on a weather map. Topography of some sort. That's kind of cool. Wood grain. Gotta love the wood grain. More florals. And I think this is last but not least, even more florals. So that's it for our card kit of the month. I will be putting together one of these for at least one card, which I will show you when we carry on. Here I decided to show you real quick what was in the die cut bag. This is how I usually store mine when I'm working on them. I put them all on a TV tray, I guess is what we used to call them. And I can just pull this out when I need it for extra space and move it out of my way when I'm done. Well, here we have my first card. Now, I've got some Glad cling wrap here, which I used because as I was getting these cards together, I liked the way my little grouping was. So I went ahead and took the Glad wrap and the press and seal, and I got everything arranged and I just sealed it on so it would be really easy to do as I was making this card. And as you can see, I'm using some brown from the kit and some wood plank pattern paper. I've got like 1/8 of an inch all the way around this card. I don't know how everybody always gets their card panels so straight. Mine always turn out just a little off straight, I guess. So I've got this gold strip I'm putting in the middle here just to give some visual interest. Plus I figured it will match the hello that I'm going to use on the bottom of the card. And I just love this press and seal. You can pick up all your little die cuts and then figure out exactly where you want to put them. And I'm just gluing the back. Now I'm going to have to re-glue the butterfly that's on the front there because that really is not getting hardly any glue from the back. And after I glued it down flat, I kind of was like, I probably should have propped up the wings, but I did not. It's just going to be glued down nice and flat. Now, when you're using this press and seal, you got to make sure you burnish everything pretty good so it sticks. And then you got to be kind of careful when you pull it up because it is stuck by that point pretty firmly to your die cuts. But this stuff is just great. I've been using it for years for food, and when I saw you could use it in your craft room, it's just a really great idea. So I just love the way this first card kind of turns out with my little butterfly and some little stamps there, and you've got the little by airmail die cut, which just again adds a little bit more visual interest. So now we're just going to put the puffy sticker hello right there, and I'm going to bring in a few of the puffy sticker hearts to go along with my hello. I wasn't a big fan of the sequin colors, and I didn't think they would work on this card, but this card just needed a little extra, a little extra something, some little bling. So that's it for card number 1. Now we're going to move on to card number 2. And this one I took 3 of the tags that came with the die cut, the purple lavenderish pattern paper, and I took a piece of patterned, the purple pattern paper. No, I have the lavender pattern paper, but I have like lavender cardstock underneath it. So we have like kind of tone on tone going. You're going to see on some of these cards, I do put a little strip of paper inside. Some of them I do, some of them I don't. No rhyme or reason. And So for these tags that I'm going to be putting on the card, I've got some foam tape underneath them, not puffy tape, foam tape that I'm put underneath them all, or at least I'm going to be putting foam tape. Did I not do it beforehand? I don't know. I'll have to flip them over. Nope, I've got the foam tape on beforehand. I thought so. For a moment there, I thought I was losing what little is left of my mind. And I just kind of arrange these diagonally on the card. I just love the way sometimes tags look, and I have a habit I've noticed with going diagonal on a lot of my focal points. I just, again, with the visual interest, I think it adds it. And so I've got these kind of stacked on one another. So I've got the foam tape. The way I put it on there was so I could layer these tags. And I am putting a piece of a glue dot on each of the little holes in the tag. Now I didn't pop out the holes because I am going to be putting a piece of twine on each of these. So I figured it would cover it up and it would give a good place for the glue dot to sit. And I'm just popping off the release paper. And now I've got these 3 little bows already tied. There's some white twine, and I'm putting a little glue dot on either side of the center of the bow, just for a little bit added strength. Not that I think these bows are going to go anywhere, but once the liquid glue dries, they sure as heck ain't going anywhere. And we're going to just put those down. And I've got, let's hang soon is the sentiment I am going to put underneath these. It was the gold paper that I used the dies in the kit that I cut that out. And I'm going to bring in this micro dot sheets from Simon Says Stamps. Now this is a new thing, and I saw how you can just put your little die cuts right on the sheet and kind of burnish them down, and you'll end up with the adhesive backing. That way you don't have to have the adhesive backing on the back of the cardstock as you're die cutting it, although I saw you could do it that way too if you'd like. But a lot of times I don't even think about it until after I've already got it die cut out. So this means that I could like die cut something, remember, oh, I don't want to put glue on the back, that's awful tiny, and I can just use these sheets. And as you can see, I'm burnishing it down really well. Now the only thing with this, the gold pattern paper or the gold cardstock that comes in all the Spellbinders kit, is it's a lot like foil, and so when I burnished it, I flattened it out pretty good. Believe it or not, there was a little bit of a puffiness to it that I just got really flat, like, well, like if you burnish aluminum foil, you would know exactly what I was talking about. It gets really flat, and I didn't mind. I still liked the way it looked, and so I just used, I found out just from using this paper, the Simon Says adhesive back paper on 2 cards, I really like that stuff. I bought it as soon as I saw it because I thought it might sell out right away. And so that's why I've got it already when it's a fairly new product. I bought it, I believe, the same night it was released because I was like, ooh, I got to try that. So anyhow, I've got everything on my card now. And I end up using a little sparkle pen, the Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, on the tag, the center tag, and I decided that that was going to be it for this card. So that was card number 2. Now moving on to card number 3, it's got this really nice, almost like a watercolor wash on this paper, the pattern paper. So I am going to be using that, as the background. And then I've got a piece of background paper that's got like some eucalyptus all over it, which I just thought went really well with the pattern paper that is the main background. So you can see I'm gluing this down to the left hand side. It's kind of, again, a quirk of mine. I like my strips of paper on the left hand side, you know, going down a bit. And I had considered putting these butterflies on the strip, but then I decided they all looked better off to the side, to the right hand side. So you've got the strip of paper and then the butterflies, which are just, I think they're gorgeous. Now, the two yellowish green ones are exactly the same. I don't know why they didn't color one of them different, but I didn't care. I was going to use them anyway. Now with these butterflies, I did just put the tape right in the center, and so you can like kind of fluff up the wings if you want. There's only tape in the center of each butterfly, and I've kind of got them arranged going a little bit this way and a little bit that way. That's the technical term for it. A little this way, a little that way, you know. And I am sparkling up all of these with the same sparkle pen we used on the previous card. And I'm using a chipboard sticker that says "Be Your Own Beautiful" in the lower left hand side. And now I'm just putting some little gems, some Spellbinders golden gems. You'll see these again on some of my cards. They're the crystal mix from Spellbinders, and I love that they come in a lot of different sizes. So I just kind of scattered these randomly on the card. That is one thing. I'm getting a little better putting my gems and my sequins or whatever else a little bit random. You will see not all of my stuff is random. I still tend to have to put stuff starting with the upper right hand corner. And there you can see me putting my chipboard down. Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful again, if I didn't already tell you that. And I just, I love the way this card turned out. Now, for card number 4, we have another little bit of a collage card. Now this green background there is just some ink blending on white paper, and that frame comes from the die cuts that came in the kit. So I'm just gluing down this piece of white cardstock that I turned green, and I have this really pretty plaid that I cut down to 5.5 by 4.25, and I have the same sheet of eucalyptus paper that you saw on the previous card, and that one I believe I cut down to 5 by 3.75. Not that anybody cares, but you know, just in case. Now on this card, I put 2 strips of pattern paper on the inside because I just happen to have them both there. And again, just gluing down my papers. I like the way these two look together. They worked really well together. The shades and the different colored greens. And I think you've got a little bit of real light pinks in with the eucalyptus. Now you can see I am popping up my frame, and we're going to put that kind of almost in the center of the card once I get the release paper off. Now you can see I've got some gold foliage that I used some of the press and seal on because I arranged it in kind of a fan shape and decided that I was just going to do that. Now there you were seeing the ink color. I was showing you that I used Simon's Positively Saturated ink in the spring color for the background. That matches the color of pattern paper pretty well as well. How about that? Was that grammatically correct? Well as well? I don't know. Okay, I'm just rambling, and I'm gluing down those those little gold foliages there. I'm using some of them overhanging. I'm not worried about there being nothing behind them. I think it'll be fine. And now I'm putting this little kangaroo head on the foliage. Now I'm kind of like, oh no, I covered one piece up completely. And I thought, well, can I pull it off? No, we're just going to have to cover it. Now, why anybody would want a portrait of a kangaroo head, I don't know, but if that's your thing, I'm not judging. You can put all the kangaroo head portraits up that you want. I mean, maybe you could like get one facing her. I say it's a her because she's got flowers in her ears. So maybe you could have like a little boy one facing her, and it would just look really cute. But they only came with the one kangaroo head, so that's all we're using today. And now we've got the little sentiment under that says smile. And the reason it says smile is because who wouldn't smile at a kangaroo head hanging up? I mean, I know it makes me happy. And we're going to put that right in the center there. And I am going to bring in some more of those gems. And I end up just putting 3 of the little gems around my little portrait. My portrait of Kim the kangaroo. I decided we needed to name her. And so that's it. And that's going to be it for card number 4. Yay. Now, moving on to card number 5. This one has got some pink pattern paper with some gold little stripes. And I am going to glue that down, and I have got another piece of pattern paper with some leaves. I'm not sure what kind of leaves are the ones on this pattern paper, on the strip. And you can see right here that I debate putting it in the very center of the card, and then I'm like, no, can't do it. We gotta move it over to the left. And so I glue that down, and now I am going to glue this flower down. It's I looked it up, and I think it's called something like a terroir. I meant to have it with me when I was taping, but I did not. It's still in the other room, the name of the flower. So I think I got it almost right. And I'm going to use the little puffy sticker that says hello. Now this is similar. Actually, it's a twin to the puffy sticker that said hello on the first card. It came with 2 hellos, which is different. And I am putting some more of the puffy hearts around it too. So in a way, it is, I wouldn't say a twin to the first card I did, but it's definitely a sibling. There, you can tell they're like sister cards. So we're going to just glitter up a bunch the center of this flower and get it all kind of sparkly with our Spectrum Noir pen. And that is going to be it for card number, what is this, card number 5? It is. We are halfway through already. You believe it? Now moving on to card number 6. This one, I kind of have my doubts about. Now I'm taking a frame. It came with some older Spellbinder kits. It actually came from the February 2021 kit, Let Your Heart Soar. So I grabbed the frame out of that because I thought all this stuff I'm going to be putting on this card needs a frame. So I'm using the kind of lilac lavenderish background, and we've got some kind of tone-on-tone lilac paper. Not the same as the other lilac card. Again, siblings, not twins. And I am going to glue down this frame. Now, it's got a piece of parchment that I used for the back. Or not parchment, vellum. I guess you could kind of call it parchment, but vellum. I think that's what it is. And I have got all these little die cuts. Now on these, I didn't use the press and seal because I kept rearranging things. And I thought that it would just probably work better if I put everything down once the frame was already down. But I ended up not being able to use like my second kangaroo. I originally had two kangaroos that worked really well with my little collage until I went to do it live, and then nothing fit exactly the way it was supposed to. I think that's probably because we didn't name these two kangaroos. If we'd have named them something like Karen and Kurt, they probably both would have fit on. Instead, no, neither one of them fit too well, but I did end up using the kangaroo with the flowers, so that's probably Kurt because he's carrying flowers to his girlfriend. I don't know why I make up stories about these little animals in my head. And then we've got the little koala up there in the left-hand corner. I guess Koala is another K name, so we've got Karen, Kurt, Kim, and I guess he could be Christian, he, she, or okay, just way too much. Just too extra. I think I'll stop now. We're putting the little camera up there, which I kind of like. And we've got a little die cut that says smile that we're going to put next to Kurt there. You can see I've got the other kangaroo I'm trying to fit, and it just, it's not working. Now, I don't think this little collage is my best work when it's all put together, but I was kind of committed at this point, and I had glued down, half of these, so I had to keep going. I couldn't peel up everything, which is, again, where that Glad press and seal comes into play. If I would have used that first and got everything, I could have just kept pressing it down and rearranging stuff until I got it exactly the way I liked. Instead, I thought I would be adventurous, and this turns out okay. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. I mean, it's not hideous. It's not the worst thing I've ever done. But I think it could have been better. I probably should have some music in the background playing while I'm doing this so you didn't have to listen to me. But my luck, I'd run across like something that was copyrighted, written, and then YouTube would be like, no, you can't upload. You're in violation, and that could be bad. I really like listening to music when I'm putting these cards together, and so I've got to always try to make sure I erase the music before I do the voiceovers. And a couple times it's accidentally uploaded the music and the voiceover, and YouTube was like, shame on you. So got to be a little bit more careful. They don't like listening. You could put like a few little bars of a song, but they don't want the whole thing. And we're still working on this card. And I'm checking it out, and I'm going, So I am going to use this as sentiment. I've got a chipboard sticker that says, love this life. And I just stick that down right underneath what I guess would be our portrait of mishmash Australian goodies, butterflies and koalas and kangaroos and eucalyptus. And now we're just putting down a few gems. We got 3 of those. And see, even the gem didn't want to stay on the card. It was like leaping off, trying to get away from it. But we glued it down, and now it's stuck. And that's it for card number 6. See, out of all of them. Now for card number 7, this one, again, I had a little bit of issues with. I'm using some tonic shaker card envelopes. And I bought these, and I think I would just rather use packaging material because this is a little thick. And if you don't get it on exactly right, it can kind of be a little bit problematic. And it's so staticky that I end up having sometimes my sequins want to they want to go sideways in the card. But I've got these envelopes, so I've got to use them up. So anyhow, I am using some pink cardstock and some pink and pink floral pattern paper with some little gold flecks on it. It's really a pretty pattern paper. And I am going to just use these envelopes. And as you can see, they work almost like you're gluing down packaging material. They've got the adhesive on each 4 sides. You just line up your card and then you fold over each the adhesive on each side. And I didn't get my cardstock all the way as far down as I should have on this first fold, which it's okay. It still works out really. It's fine. And you got to just peel off this backing, which can be a little rough at times. It doesn't always want to come off. But make sure you only do 3 sides because you got to have one side open still to put your sequins in. And you want to make sure that you don't glue down your pattern paper and cardstock to the card base yet either, because you want to get this all sealed and then glue it down to the card base. So at least that was one mistake I did not make. I remembered because I thought about gluing down that pink to my card base, but I stopped myself. And just I've got all 3 sides sealed now. And so I decided, at least on this card, I could use those bright iridescent pink sequins. And so I'm going to pour in a bunch of them. And I wonder if you can see here how the static just kind of stops them in its tracks. And it kind of makes it, like I said, there are actual sequins that are on their side that I'm trying to pop down here. And that's what I'm doing. I'm pressing on them. I'm trying to get them all to lay down flat. I wonder if I could have used some like anti-static bag in there. I probably could have. I don't know if the powder would have showed up. So anyway, I'm sealing it down and I am determined. I just pound on it and I make sure all those sequins go flat. And now I'm using some tape because I wasn't sure. I didn't want the glue to kind of slide around. So I thought some ATG tape. Is that like redundant? ATG. It's I know what that means and my mind went blank, but I'm pretty sure the last word is like glue. So it's like when I say ATG glue or tape, is that like, I don't know, like pizza pie? Pizza means pie, so you're actually saying pie. And again, I'm rambling. So I'm using a little circle die cut that's actually got a little bit of it's got a little design on it. It's kind of hard to see. And I'm using some gold foliage and I am just gluing that down. And I'm using a cute little koala with the baby here. So we can probably assume that's a mama koala with her little baby. And it's so cute. We're gluing that down. And now I am gluing down Happy Birthday. And these I was surprised that the glue held on really nicely. They didn't slide all over the place. And that's going to be it for card number 6. Actually, it's card number 7. How about that? And we shake it around some more. Shake. Now, for card number 8, I have got the little koala that I used. I made with the dies that came in the kit. So I did the little tree branch and the little leaves and the little koala with the different pattern paper or the different colored cardstocks. And I used some really fun pattern paper. And we've got a brown background here. See, I love you all. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It helps tremendously. Or, subscribe. That I would love that too. So anyhow, we have the brown background and we've got this little leafy pattern paper with the gold flecks in it. You saw that on a previous card. I believe it was card number 5 or 6. 5, I think, where I just used a strip of it going down the left-hand side. And here I've got some green cardstock that I cut out using just a generic grass die. Any will do. Or you could just kind of make a little hill if you wanted to, or any number of things. But I thought that by using the grass and then putting the little koala off to the side there, we got a little cute little scene card going. And we're going to just glue everything on the back of the koala. Glue all things. So anyhow, it's like a weekend today, and normally, it's starting to get hot outside, but we had like rain all day yesterday, and now today it's like in the 60s and cold out there. So I'm just kind of hanging inside, not doing much. It's just one of those days where you want a blanket on and you just want to like cuddle up and maybe have some good comfort food. Now I'm making hot dogs today. I don't know how comforting that is, but now maybe if it was a nice chili dog, now that's comfort food there. But alas, I have no chili, so it's going to be a plain hot dog. With all the fixins on it, of course, because we're by Chicago. You got to have some tomato and onion and relish, and I don't have any pickle, but got some celery salt we can put on them, and you can steam them in a steamer basket. Mwah. Perfection. So as you can see, I'm using that Simon Says glue dot paper again to put my hang in there, and I don't think I've gotten quite to it yet because I start talking. I don't pay attention to what I'm doing here on the card with the voiceover, but I am putting some gems down. I think I put the gems down before I put in the little hang in there, and I kind of scatter them all along the page. So we've got like a good sprinkling of the different size gems. Got some medium, some small, some extra small, and just I'm sure you're thrilled to hear about extra small gems. If I can get them on the page. I really like these extra tiny gems though that come with the Spellbinders crystal gems, because they're tinier than what you get in a lot of the different gem collections, and they just work really well when you want just a hint of sparkle that's almost hidden. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put the hang in there, and I'm going to put them, you're seeing I'm putting them right in the same spot that I had used previously when I was using this paper for some die cuts. You're able to kind of reuse some of the spots because they're little dots. They've got the glue all over. And as you can see, I was testing to make sure I got the stick, but I did. So I think I may be able to get away with trying to use that spot one more time, but I think I might cut off that corner and use different corners from now on. I mean, these are some of the smallest little die cut words that I'll probably be using. For the most part, I could see me using this paper anytime I have a die cut, because it's kind of nice not having to dot like little glue dots all over it. You just stick it in this paper and burnish it and get your little adhesive back. Easy peasy. So this is card number 8, and I really love the way it looks. I think it's one of my favorites. So for card number 9 here, I've got some more little collaging we're going to do, and I've got some gray cardstock that I cut down, and I've got some floral pattern paper we're going to put on top of it. Again, we've got like 1/8 of an 1/2-inch border showing all the way around, and gluing a little piece of pattern paper on the inside. Upside down, like I don't think it mattered that it was upside down, but it was. And I think this pattern paper is just so pretty. It's a real subtle pink with, again, the eucalyptus, and it's just you know, it can be a little busy, but I think because of the subtleness of the die cuts, it works. Now I've got a piece of vellum that I cut in an oval. It's like a scalloped oval, and I am just trying to figure out where all my little die cuts are going to go on top of it. And I do end up, once I get it the way I want, I bring in that press and seal. You're going to see it because I'm like, I know once I start moving stuff, it would not look the way I have it right there. So little piece of press and seal, and you can use these little pieces over and over again. And so I've got that down, and now I'm just kind of going through the back, and I'm seeing where I want that yellow flower. And I'm able to press everything down good. And you're going to see I'm going to put glue on here, and then I'm going to put the vellum oval right on top of those. And you're going to see me glue again, because that way I am putting glue on the back of the piece of vellum, which you almost can't see. It looks like I'm gluing the back of the die cuts again, but no, I'm gluing the vellum. So I'm hiding the glue, and we're just going to end up picking up the press and seal, and we're going to just stick that right on the card front. Now I'm pressing it down really good because I don't want to accidentally pull up all my die cuts, and I don't want to pull up the vellum. And so that's just worked out perfect. Now I'm just kind of gluing underneath the bird because that didn't have any glue on it, because there were other die cuts that got the glue instead. And now I have got a sentiment that I'm just going to cut off the words "you are." So we're cutting that in half because I don't want the whole sentiment, but I didn't see any other sentiment, you know, anything that said "you are," and I want to use the chipboard that says "gorgeous." So I cut in half the one chipboard piece, so we have "you are" and now "gorgeous." And we are going to glue that down eventually. I don't know what I'm doing here. I seem to have just disappeared momentarily. And now I'm back, trying to figure out where I want that "gorgeous." But I decide I'm going to put the "gorgeous" down, and then I'm going to put the "you are" on top of it, kind of to the left or to the right a little bit. Can I tell my right from my left? Maybe. I get that down, and now I decide I think I am going to try to use those bright pink sequins on this card, because this card's got some pink in it. I figure if we don't use too many sequins, we might be able to get away with using them on this card. So I pull out 3 of them, and I have to put at least 1 in the upper right hand corner. Now normally I put like 2 in the upper right and 1 in the lower left, but I just decided to be adventurous and flip it around and put 1 in the upper right and 2 in the lower left. See, I can do things different. I can be spontaneous. So we get the glue down there and get it to stick, and that's gonna be it for card number 9. I like this card. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. And now we're moving on to card number 10. Now for card 10, I colored this with Copic markers. I can put the colors down in the description if anybody cares. I'm not very good with Copics, but I think this turned out fairly reasonable. And, you know, not too bad. The pinks aren't exactly the color that the die cuts and different things are, but I don't think I had the exact pinks. And because there are no die cuts next to it, you can't tell what the other colors of the other cards are anyway. So we've got this pink background and 1/8 of an inch going all the way around again. And I have got, I think this is one of my most favorite pattern papers in the kit. And I don't know why, it's not that special. I just like that it's kind of hand-drawn looking. And I like the whole diagonal kind of trellisy look of the paper. And so now I'm taking a gold strip of cardstock and I'm kind of putting that in the center of the card. And we're going to put on the die cut that, again, I stamped out this die cut, it's not a die cut. I stamped out this flower, then I colored it, and then I fussy cut it out. And it took a little bit of work, but I just sat in front of the TV and slowly fussy cut all the way around the thing. And for a change, I didn't mess it up too bad. And now I am using the Puffy Sticker Thanks. And if you recall, this kit came with little round letter stickers that made out sentiments. And I tried looking to get those to work on some of my cards, and I just didn't like them as much as, like, say, this gold thanks. There was the little round chipboard, you know, THANKS thanks I could have used, but I did not. Now, I am bringing in some gold stickers from Love from Lizzie, little hearts, because I ran out of the hearts and the gold puffy sticker sheet, and I liked the way the little gold hearts were looking. So I decided to use some more of those, and I just kind of scattered 5 of them around. I've got 2 itsy bitsy ones on either side of the thanks, and just 3 of the medium ones going along my little Australian floral centerpiece. So I am glad that you're here. I hope you made it to the end. If you didn't make it to the end, you won't even know I'm saying this, so it won't matter. But everybody that's still here, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you take the time to watch my videos. I really do love everyone that comes to my channel. And, you know, if you want to, like, send me your email address, I've got my email underneath, I think, the community tab in YouTube, and I'd love to send you a card. You know, maybe even one of these. So let me know what your favorite is. And if you think that the card right there, number 6, is as bad as I do, let me know. And otherwise, you can just, like, heap praise on me. I like that too. So that's all 10 cards. Bye-bye for now.